obviously first training camp's here. I know you've been around all summer, but how's it feel? How are you feeling? Getting ready for training camp number one.
Yeah, excited to. It's awesome having the guys in the locker room, and I can't wait to get on the ice with them and start the process. It's a long season, but day one is always it's super exciting. So can't wait to get out there after this lunch and get started.
First head coaching game for you. What are the nerves kind of like heading into to the first game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more excitement. I think we're well prepared. My staff has been amazing. Helping put this team together and get to the point where we feel like we're organized and ready to go. So probably more excitement than nerves.
How do you feel about the level of talent that you have right now?
Yeah, good. I mean, really good. We're still waiting on a couple guys to get here with travel stuff, but we have a super exciting team. I think we check a lot of boxes. I mean, we as you look around, we got some big guys. We got a lot of guys that have been winners before, and I think for us, it's just kind of trying now to figure out where the pieces all fit together.
What was the big philosophy in terms of what players you were looking for and how you were going about building the roster?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us this year it was, a lot of new faces. So, we just were looking for guys that wanted to be Komets and guys that have been winners before. And, for us it was important to find guys that were committed to something new. So for us, it's exciting that all these guys chose to be here, and we're excited to see them.
How important are these first few days on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, I think today will be a little bit of a feeling out process for everybody. Some guys have had some long travel. There's been some guys that haven't been on the ice in a while. So today we're just going to go out there and get some touches, and then as the week progresses, we're going to get into it a little bit harder. So the week's important. The exhibition games, we'll put a lot of stock into those. But ultimately, every time these guys step on the ice, they're being evaluated.
Obviously, you've been a younger roster. Was that kind of by design, or was that just kind of, you just wanting to kind of take a different approach to building this team?
Yeah, I mean, it was a combination. We would have loved to probably have a few guys back from last season, but guys decided to retire. Guys decided to go over to Europe, and that's their right at this level. So we pivoted to a different direction, and pretty happy with the group that we have here.
Pretty big camp with 34 guys and not a lot of time. How challenging is that to pick the team in a limited amount of time, make sure that you see everybody as much as you want to see them?
Yeah, it's always as a coach, you're always it's a balancing act when you're putting the roster together for training camp, because you never know which of your guys are going to get invited to other camps in the American Hockey League. You don't know when your affiliate's going to send them down. So you want to make sure you have enough guys where you can practice, and we're fortunate that Bakersfield got some guys to us right away. But I think, like you said, it's a balancing act of trying to make sure that we get enough looks at guys, but also are starting to prepare for next week, the regular season against Indy.
There's 2 preseason games. How important are those for you to see guys in game action?
Yeah, they'll be important. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, it's a real game situation against a different opponent. That's when you're really going to see what some guys are made of. I think when you're playing against your own teammates out here, you're always pushing as hard as you can, but there's a certain level you're not going to go to for some of our guys that maybe have a little bit more grit and jam, and we'll probably see that a little bit more on the weekend.
With such a young group, have you given any thought to the leadership aspect side of things? Anyone you're possibly towards captaincy, anything like that?
I think that's something we're going to let it play itself out naturally. We got a lot of new faces here, and with guys that haven't never been to Fort Wayne, and a totally new group. So I think that's something that we'll be watching. But I think that's something you don't want to make a decision too soon. You want to make sure that that process happens naturally, and I think we're going to see where that goes.
Who are some guys you're kind of looking to lean on, just kind of to be the leaders and get this team through training camp, get this team through the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Morgan Adams-Moisan is a guy that won a Kelly Cup here, and he knows the city, knows the town, knows the Komets most importantly, and Matthew Wedman, a guy that's played the last couple of years in the American League. We have some guys coming down from Bakersfield that have a lot of experience that we're going to be leaning on them. So I think for us it's a lot of new faces. So I think we're all going to figure it out together as a group.
When you have a lot of talented players, it means you're going to have to cut some talented players. How are you navigating that as the week goes on?
Yeah, it's the tough part of the business. It's not easy. It's you lose sleep over it as a coach, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. These guys are human beings, and it's not the fun part of the job, but it is a part of the job. So I think it's just trying to give ourselves as much time to get to see these guys and who they are as players, and figure out who the best 23 guys are that help the Komets win hockey games.